Hello students, welcome to the class 12th Indian Economics Chapter 7 Employment, Growth, Informalization and Other Issues, in which we have already discussed about the various aspects of employment and distribution of employment in our economy. Today we will discuss about the growth and changing structure of employment. There are two main developmental indicators to expand an economy. किसी भी इकोनॉमी को एक्सपैंड करने के लिए दो डेवलपमेंटल इंडिकेटर्स होते हैं और वे हैं ग्रोथ ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट और ग्रोथ ऑफ ग्रॉस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट. Since 60 years of planned development, India aimed at expansion of economic growth, increase in national product and employment. विगत 60 वर्षों से जो हमारी इंडियन इकोनॉमी है, गवर्नमेंट इसमें बहुत प्रयास कर रही है एक्सपैंड करने के लिए, नेशनल प्रोडक्ट को बढ़ाकर और रोज़गार के अवसर बढ़ाकर. During the period of 1950-2010, GDP of India grew positively and was higher than the growth of employment. However, there was always fluctuation in the growth of gross domestic product. During this period, employment grew at a stable rate of about 2%. During this period, there was a वाइडनिंग गैप बिटवीन द ग्रोथ ऑफ जीडीपी एंड एम्प्लॉयमेंट. तो इस समय के दौरान जो एम्प्लॉयमेंट का ग्रोथ हुआ और जीडीपी का ग्रोथ हुआ, उसमें काफ़ी डिफरेंसेस देखने को नज़र आए. और इसका मतलब होता है कि भारतीय जो अर्थव्यवस्था है वह और प्रोड्यूस कर सकती है मोर गुड्स और सर्विसेज, लेकिन बिना एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेट किए. और यह जो घटनाक्रम है, यह जो वाक़या है, यह कहलाता है जॉबलेस ग्रोथ. इसको कहते हैं जॉबलेस ग्रोथ, यानी जॉब की अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं बढ़ेगी लेकिन इकोनॉमी की ग्रोथ होगी. ठीक है. Thus jobless growth refers to situation when the economy is able to produce more goods and services without a corresponding increase in the level of employment. And in this way we can say that there is an increase in the growth rate of GDP without corresponding increase in employment opportunities. Now let us see changing structure of employment sector wise. As there is widening gap between the growth of GDP and growth of employment, it is necessary to find out how employment growth and GDP growth have affected different sectors of the workforce. It will be clear from the ongoing discussions, that is in primary sector and in secondary sector, in tertiary sector, how much employment has been increased and decreased in different years. We can see in this way. In the primary sector, in the year, the employment pattern was in the year 1972-73. In the primary sector it was 74.3%, in secondary sector it was 10.9%, and in service sector it was 14.8%. And in the year of 1983 it has been decreased in the primary sector 68.6%, and in the secondary sector it was 11.5%. It is increased, and in the service sector it also increased up to 16.9%. And in the year 1993-94, in the primary sector again it is decreased up to 64%, and in the secondary sector it is increased up to 16%, and in the service sector it is increased up to 20%. And in the year 1999 and 2000, in the primary sector it is again decreased up to 60.4%, and in the secondary sector also decreased 15.8%, and but in the service sector it has been increased 23 up to 23.8%. And in the year 2011 and 12, in the primary sector again employment has been decreased up to 48.9%, and increased in the secondary sector up to 24.3%, and in the service sector it is increased up to 26.8%. So from this discussion we can see that there is a remarkable increase in the service sector in our economy. The employment has been increased, but in the primary sector the employment has been decreased. Let us see changing a structure of employment according to status wise, that is how much people are self-employed, how much people are regular salaried employees, and how much people are casual wage laborers. In the year 1972-73, the self-employed people were 61.4%, regular salaried employees were 15.4%, and casual wage laborers were 23.2%. And in the year of 1983, the self-employed people has been decreased up to 57.3%, and regular salaried employees has been also decreased 70 up to 13.8%, and casual wage laborers has been increased up to 28.9%. And in the year 1993-94, the percentage also self-employed persons decreased. It is 54.6%, and in the regular salaried employees it is 14.6%. Some percentage has been increased, and in the casual wage laborers it is also increased 32.8%. Now in the year 2011-12, in the self-employed it is 52%, and regular salaried employees 18%, it is also increased, and casual wage laborers has been decreased up to 30%. This was the situation of changing structure of employment according to status, that is self-employed, regular salaried, and casual wage laborers. In this way, we have seen the various growth and changing structure of employment. Next day we will consider the informalization of Indian workforce. Rest is well. Thank you.